want to ask you about the Hillary Clinton email trove that was released. We sort of missed you over the last couple of days. 3,000 of them were released.
I didn't miss this.
Yeah. I've been dying to get to this. Listen, and I know you're going to say, I'm going to try to predict how you will approach this. You will say, Kevin, it's a State Department or it's a campaign issue, but she worked for the president.
Yeah.
While all this was going on, we've also learned that in addition to her own private server, she even had emails on a couple of public servers. And so I'm wondering, to use your phraseology, is this consistent with the administration's position of transparency, and is it also consistent with the way that you all conduct business, that someone who's extremely high up in your administration would do that?
Well, Kevin, the expectation that we have is that everybody who works in the administration, no matter how senior or how junior, would be in compliance with the responsibilities that they have to make sure that any work that they do on their personal email account is archived consistent with the standards that are established by the National Archives and Records Administration. And again, Secretary Clinton has forwarded thousands of emails from her server to the State Department for exactly that purpose. And she's actually gone to the extraordinary step of actually suggesting that those emails should be made public. And that is consistent with the kind of priority that the President has placed on transparency.
But you could also argue that despite the fact that she's given thousands of emails, she's left a few out. Some have now been determined to be classified after the fact in some cases. We're just not sure what's missing because it was all on our own private server. Can you understand how this could be problematic?
Well, again, Kevin, for the way that which the campaign made the decision about which emails actually did pertain to government business.
The campaign, someone who worked for the administration, made that decision while she was working here for the president.
That's not accurate, Kevin. The way that the decision was made was that this was after Secretary Clinton had left office.
Hang on, really quick, really quick. While she worked for the president, those emails were public record. They're supposed to be maintained. All of them. Turns out they weren't. They're on a private server, which was against what the president asked her to do. And then after the fact, we all find out she had her team or her staff pick and choose which ones that she said were available. Can't you see how that's a problem?
No, Kevin, I think what her staff did was they did what the National Archives and Records Administration asks them to do, which is to go through those emails and send the ones to the State Department that relate to her official business, her official responsibilities as the Secretary of State.
She missed some, right? You know that?
Well, again, you have to, and this is why I suggested that you contact the campaign for the process that they undertook to decide which emails were relevant to her professional responsibilities and were then archived to the State Department. But again, I think Secretary Clinton was acting in the spirit of the President's commitment to transparency when she suggested that those emails should be made public.